Okay, so the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, take a seat, whatever feels good to you. You're welcome to grab a chair at any point. Please don't feel like you have to sit on the floor if that's uncomfortable for you. Let the hands settle in the lap and the jaw soften. And if it feels comfortable to close the eyes, go ahead and close the eyes or softly gaze down at one spot on the floor in front of you. And take a couple slow, deep breaths. So first round, dedicate this round to yourself. Open yourself to ignite your own healing capacity, to abate fear, and awaken your own deeper intelligence. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamrita. For your community. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamrita. For the whole planet. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamrita. Peace, peace, peace. And slowly breathing in and breathing out. If you'd like to open the eyes, you can, or make any adjustments in your seat. I'm just going to talk a little bit, welcoming everyone and checking in about the spring equinox, which sort of feels like it's not even happening like everything else. And yet, as I consider the equinox today and this seasonal juncture, which these points in time have always been great opportunities for reflection for me and ritual, that the equinox here is this day, like the autumnal equinox, where there is this balance between light and dark, or night and day. And balance is this sort of elusive thing in our lives, that I think we're always trying to find or seek, a balance between work and play, or a balance between solitude and being with people, or, balance in all sorts of aspects of our life. And yet, balance is so momentary, right? The point of balance is actually just a brief moment in time. And I guess that's what I was thinking about a lot today as I considered the equinox and where we are in this sort of unprecedented moment in all of our lives, is that it just happens for a day, right? There's a day where night and day are balanced twice a year. And the rest of the time, there is no balance. There isn't evenness in our lives. And so those moments when we do experience it internally, we savor it, right? And yet we're always seeking it, and yet balance isn't really attainable, right? And so today's a great day for us to remember that it's there and it's available to us sometimes, but it's not something that is that we should spend too much time looking for it, because the normal state of life is flux, right? Change and evolution and movement is much more common than stasis. And the teaching in the yoga, in the hatha yoga tradition, is that we're seeking to balance left and right, whatever that means, or balance masculine and feminine energies. And I think this is the main teaching for us, you know, right now, especially as we're noticing this massive slowdown and kind of having to forced inward exploration. And so this rising perhaps of that more internal energy that is yin energy or feminine energy in our sort of driven world of productivity and doing, now we're all forced to really reel it back a bit. And you know, someone just wrote to me yesterday, like, I had the least productive day of my life yesterday. And I was like, yeah, me too. I think, and that's okay. It's okay for us to be not productive. So in hatha yoga, and that's some of the asana practices and the breathing practices we'll do tonight, we're aiming to bring some balance between those two forces in our bodies, right? The Ida and the Pingali, these masculine and feminine qualities in our body. And so what can bring us into that central channel where we can gather our awareness and perhaps see more clearly, right? May thine two eyes become one, right? From Sermon on the Mount. So with that being said, we'll start to move a little bit and remember that the equinox, the spring equinox, is a rebirth, right? This is a time where something new begins, but it happens really slowly. And I read one of my favorite astrology people I follow on Instagram. Her name is, or her, I don't know what you call it, her tag, her handle is Vital Mystic. And she was talking about can we be like the petals unfurling into blossom, right? That's a slow action, the petals unfurling. Usually we're moving too fast to even experience that, right? Or to
I managed to get Zoom on my laptop and fix a hearing problem and everything.
Hi, there's someone that maybe needs to be muted. Or we're getting everyone's muted. But that unfurling of flower, right? And can we witness, can we notice how slowly opening happens and how slowly change and of that unfurling into life or new beginnings, you know, doesn't happen instantaneous. All right. Okay, so we're going to transition toward movement. And again, if you're just joining us, you know, at any point, grab whatever you need. If you don't have something, just go get it, all right? We won't really need any props except things to lie on and be cozy. So lots of stuff to make yourself like a little yoga nidra nest once we get there. But for now, actually, we're going to start standing. So I'm going to slide my this ottoman back so you can see more. So we're going to go on a little journey. I'm going to slide you back so you can see more of the space. And then you can sort of clear your space. And if you don't have anywhere to stand or don't want to stand, you could also do the sequence that I'm about to lead from a chair. And that would be fine too. Okay. All right, so standing upright in your space, we're going to be working a lot of alternation, right? Opposite arm action and opposite sides of the body action to create this sort of right and left balancing in our bodies, and then some equilibrium in the center before we drop into our seated practices and restful practices. So just feel both feet on the floor. Soften the jaw. Let the eyes close. And in your own way, sense all of us connected, right? There are about 45, when I last looked, people, 46 or so. So you could even sense a big circle of us all, or maybe all of us in your favorite yoga space together, or favorite park, practicing. Or simply feel the thread of connection. This big circle of support. Remembering that we are truly never alone. Good, let's inhale, sweep both arms up, let the eyes softly open. And as you exhale, lower the arms. The right arm is going to start at shoulder height as the left arm lowers all the way down. And then inhale the left arm up, and once it meets the right, they both go up. And then exhale, lower down, left arm stops at shoulder height, and the right arm lowers halfway down, right? That's the sequence. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, draw the navel gently in, stop the right arm at shoulder height, left arm keeps lowering down. Inhale, lift it back up once they meet. You keep lifting all the way up. And then exhale, same thing, other side. Do that one more full round, right and left. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to lower down. And then 3 rounds, both arms. Exhale, lower arms down simultaneously. Inhale, sweep the arms up. 3 times on your own. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lift up. Slow, steady breaths. One tool that can be super helpful right now is balancing your inhale and exhale so they are the same length. For the next time the arms lower down by your side, you can pause there. We're gonna do a similar thing while folding forward also. So arms sweep overhead. Again, you could do this in the chair. Exhale, fold forward, draw the chin in, stop the right arm at shoulder height, sweep the left hand to your low back. Inhale, circle the left arm back out, sweep up. Once they meet, you come all the way up together. Exhale, fold forward, draw the chin in, left arm stops at shoulder height, sweep the right hand to your low back. Inhale, lengthen the spine, circle the right arm up, and the 2 meet all the way up. Keep going. Exhale, fold forward. One arm stops at shoulder height, the other hand goes to the low back. Inhale, sweep up. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you could utilize that breath technique here. Good, one more time each side. Chin in on the way down. Good, both arms. Exhale, fold forward. Sweep your hands to the low back. You could have a bend in the knees if that's helpful. Inhale, come all the way up. 2 more times like that. Hearing the sound of your breath, and coordinating the movement with your breath. All right, next time the arms lower down, we'll bring the fingertips to the shoulders, make some circles with the elbows. And check in with the jaw, jaw soft. You might even breathe out through the lips a little bit, or exhale, ha, with a sigh. and reverse direction. Good, and then just let the arm swing, crossing alternate arm in front. Knee soft, breath free. Good, and then letting the arms dangle down. We'll separate the feet a little wider here, right? Maybe a little wider than mat distance. If you prefer to keep the feet on the mat, you can always turn to the side a little bit. We'll do a variation of triangle pose here, but keeping the feet parallel. So both of my toes are pointing forward. My right hand comes to the right hip. The left arm goes up. Deep in breath. Exhale, press a little more down into your feet from your hips. Draw the tailbone into the body. Another inhale, lengthen the left side body, and as you exhale, you can shift the pelvis a little to the left as you lean the torso to the right. Expand the breath. If this is too much for the left arm overhead, just take the left fingertips to the shoulder. You don't want to strain the shoulder there. The gaze is forward, or you could even look down toward the right foot. A couple more deep breaths here, opening the left side of the body. Continue to draw the abdomen slightly in as you exhale to stabilize in the lumbar spine. Slowly come back up. Just take a moment to notice how the left side of the body feels. Same thing, other side. Left hand to the hip. Draw the tailbone into the body. Inhale, sweep the right arm in the air. Exhale, root the feet down. And on the next exhale, shift the pelvis a little bit to the right as you lean the torso left. Deepening the breath into the right side body. Draw the abdomen slightly in as you exhale. Gaze is forward or down toward the left foot. And then slowly come back upright again. Let the eyes close. Notice how the right side of the body feels. Remember our circle of connection. Good. Heel toe the feet back toward each other. And we'll come down to all fours. So coming into table pose, plant the hands on your mat or on the floor, whatever you have beneath you. And the knees right underneath the pelvis. Couple of cat and cows here, coordinating with your breath. As you inhale, broaden the collarbones, send the heart forward. As you exhale, draw the abdomen in, squeeze the navel toward the back body. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Broaden the collarbones. Exhale, press the floor away from you. Soften the jaw, squeeze the belly in. But keep going on your own. Balanced breathing. So your inhale and the exhale, ideally the same length. Feel free to close the eyes here, tuning into the sound of the breath, turning the attention more inward. Two more rounds. And coming into a neutral position in the spine. Opposite arm and leg lifts here. So like a variation of bird dog, we're going to lift the right leg so that it's at hip height, right? Not much higher. The toes point down. Find the breath here. Float the left arm by the ear. Deep inhale. As you exhale, draw the elbow and the knee toward each other underneath you. Inhale, extend back out. Exhale, draw the elbow and knee toward each other. Inhale, extend back out. If that feels too destabilizing, just hang out here, all right? Balancing the gaze down beneath you, arm by the ear, foot at hip height. 2 more rounds. Slow and steady movement. Lower the hand and the knee back to the mat. Shift the pelvis a little bit side to side. And we'll go to the other side. Reconnect to your breath. Extend the left leg to hip height, toes point down. And then float the right arm by the ear. Deep inhale. As you exhale, draw the elbow and knee toward each other. And inhale, extend back out. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, extend out. Keep going on your own. Stay with the breath, but notice if you're over-efforting, keep the approach easy. Notice how balance comes and goes. And if it feels too wobbly for the last couple breaths, you can simply keep leg and arm extended. Lowering the hand and the knee back to the mat, cat and cow again. Deep in breath, heart forward. As you exhale, squeeze the navel in, drop the weight of the head. 3 more on your own. Okay. Great, we're gonna make our way back to standing for one more thing, all right? You can move through downward dog. You could just walk up, come up onto your hands and feet, grab some support, whatever you like to come up to a standing position. Okay, we're going to practice tree pose, our classic balancing vrikshasana. So if there's something nearby that you want to hold on to, by all means, you could walk over to the wall, or if there's a chair or desk or something right there, you could use that for support so you can focus a little more on creating some stability. You can also keep the bottom foot just rooted, all right, so that you tuck the toes and the heel can stay right on above the ankle, and you can stay right there, palms to the heart. Find something to gaze at, all right, that's not me. Maybe something on the floor ahead of you. Reconnect to that balanced breath, and you can keep the toes on the floor. You could lift the foot to the calf, or maybe help it up to the inner thigh. Feel the 2 hands press into each other at the midline. Choose an option that allows you to explore balance and how balance changes. The foot makes little adjustments, the spine sways a bit. The body recalibrates itself to find that point of connection with stability. Good. Slowly, slowly transition to the other side. Step the foot down, externally rotate the other leg. You could start with the toes on the floor and the heel just above the ankle and stay right there. Reconnect with the sound of your breath if you lost it on the transition. Find your dristi, your gazing point. And if you want to take a different position with the foot, by all means, go for it. Choosing a position that allows you to explore your own capacity for balance. I'm witnessing those subtle micro adjustments that the body naturally takes to support you. Good, and then lower the foot down, relax the arms, give the legs and arms a little shake. It will roll down through the spine, right? Drawing the chin in, soften the shoulders, let the knees bend. More of a ragdoll style, letting the body hang over the legs, and then simply sway a little bit side to side. Be sure the head is loose, give the head a little shake, yes and no. And then hands come to the earth, bend the knees, come onto all fours, and then swing around. We're gonna come to lie down and just do a last couple of postures lying down. So letting the arms sweep out to the side, feel the feet on the floor as you bend your knees. And then heel toe the feet a little bit wider. And we'll do windshield wiper twist, dropping the knees side to side. Deep in breath. Exhale, let the knees fall over to the left side. Inhale in the center. And exhale over to the right. You can rock on the inner and outer edges of your feet. Inhale, flatten the feet into the center. Exhale to one side. The head can go in the same direction as the knees. And again, you could close the eyes if you like to draw the attention a bit more inward. And the next time your knees come over to the left side, keep them there. Drop into that balanced breath. I'm going to sit up to show you the arm movement here so you can see. So with the right arm, right, so if the knees are over to the left, with the right arm, you could straighten that right arm. So imagine I'm lying on the floor, straightening that arm, fingertips reach to the wall behind you. Exhale, let the elbow bend. Inhale, straighten that arm, letting the arm stay as low to the ground as possible. Exhale, bend the elbow. Move with your breath a few more times. Should feel good. Opening along the armpit and the chest and the shoulder girdle and the side body. Good, and then you can eventually let the arm soften. Slowly draw the legs back through the middle and take the knees over to the right side. Once the knees settle in there, head turning in the same direction as the knees, so head turning to the right, you could start to move that left arm. Inhaling to extend, exhale, bend the elbow. Breath, synchronized movement. Good. Relax the arm. And draw the legs back into the center. Lift the feet off the floor, hang on to the shins or the thighs with your hands. We'll draw one leg in at a time. So keep the hands, one hand on each knee. As you exhale, pull the right thigh in by bending the right elbow and turn your head to the left. Inhale, knee back to the middle, head in the center. Exhale, draw the left thigh in and turn head right. Inhale in the middle. Exhale, right thigh draws in, head turns left. Keep going on your own. Next time the left leg draws in, that can be your last one, and then we'll do both legs 3 times simultaneously. Exhale, pull thighs toward you. Inhale away. Holding onto the thighs or the shins. And you might want to rock a little side to side, or there may be some other movement you'd like to take. You can let the feet come onto the floor. Let the hands rest on the abdomen and take a couple of breaths there. And let the eyes close. And here in this moment, check in. Notice what's happening in the body. Ask the body, what's next? What would you like? Listen to how the body responds, and you can use this last moment or two here for any closing postures or simple movements that might feel good for your body. Taking your time, doing both sides if it's something that needs both sides. And then eventually we're going to all meet upright, right? So we'll take a seat and do a little bit of breath work before we go into our Yoga Nidra practice. Okay, so the breath work we're going to do is going to require, or is a form of alternate nostril breathing. So depending on where you just were, maybe you don't want to touch your face, that's fine. So you could do it mentally, all right? But I'm gonna show you the mudra if you're at home and your hands are clean and you wanna do the mudra. So it's with the right hand, all right? And the index and middle finger come down to the mound of the thumb, all right? And then my ring finger and pinky stay up and the thumb stays up. And then I flip the hand toward my face and then tap the fingers really like right on that little crease. Technology is so cool. I'm right here showing you. I can't do this to everybody in a class. All right, so see that little crease? All right, so that's where I'm gonna place my finger and my thumb. And I keep the finger and thumb there the whole time, all right? I keep them there the whole time and then just press the side that needs to close, all right? So they're gently resting there. I can breathe right now through both nostrils, but then I press and I can't breathe through the right, or I press and I can't breathe through the left, okay? If the mudra doesn't feel comfortable or is challenging, or if you're congested on one side, by all means, you just let it go. Breathe however feels good. You're going to do the practice mentally, just moving your awareness and your mind, all right? So what we'll do here is always in right and out left. In right, out left. Surya Vedana, all right? And then later we'll do the other side, all right? Surya Vedana, right? So if you don't want to use the mudra, you'll just do it with your mind. So I'll start seated. Rest the hand down for a moment. Go ahead and close the eyes. And take an inhale through the nostrils. Exhale through the lips. Bend the right elbow, block the left nostril, and slowly inhale through the right. And at the top of the inhale, block the right nostril, exhale out the left. Then you'll block left, breathe in right. On the top of the inhale, you breathe out left. So throughout the next minute or so, it's always in right and out left. In right, out left. Quiet, subtle breathing. If it's causing any strain or stress, just go back to releasing the hand down and doing it mentally. Do 3 more cycles. Eventually release the hand down, take a few adjusting breaths. And draw the attention toward the midbrain. And sense your breath in that space. Easy breath. Like you breathe between the 2 hemispheres of the brain. And let the attention then travel down to the heart space behind the sternum. And feel the breath there. And let the awareness travel down toward the navel, behind the navel. Sense the breath in that space. We're going to go back to the alternate nostril breathing. This time, Chandra Vedana, lunar piercing. We'll always breathe in left and out right. Take an inhale through the nostrils. If you're using the mudra, bend the right elbow. The thumb blocks the right nostril. You slowly breathe in through the left. Block the left, breathe out right. And repeating, in left and out right. You could do it mentally. Three more rounds, in left, out right. letting the mudra go. Take an adjusting breath or so. Let the awareness return to the navel. Sense the breath in that space. Traveling up to the heart space, be with the breath there. Toward the midbrain, be with the breath there. And chant the sound of Om one time. Full breath in. Om. Letting the head bow. And as you're ready, you can open the eyes. Okay, so we'll set up our space for Yoga Nidra. If you're new to Yoga Nidra, which is awesome if you are, welcome to the Yoga Nidra party. The main requirement is that you have a pillow or something soft under the head. Okay, a bolster is usually a little too high, but a pillow or a folded up blanket could work, but you definitely want something soft under your head. And since most of you are probably at home, you have a pillow. So go get a pillow. And then I prefer, my setup is usually to put a blanket underneath me and then a pillow, maybe a bolster under my knees, depending on what I'm doing, or again, whatever you have at home, you might play around with some extra pillows. And then I cover up with a blanket, all right? So a blanket underneath me, a blanket on top of me, a pillow under my head. And then I already showed you at the beginning, kind of my methodology lately for my eye cover is like a hood and an eye cover. So I do something like this. So kind of my ears are covered, the top of my head is covered, and my eyes. All right, so I'm just gonna give everybody about 2 minutes to get in your cozy pod. So the idea with Yoga Nidra is to rest super deeply and yet sustain some awareness, to not move all the way towards sleep. But, depending on how your sleep's been lately or what's been going on, it might be quite easy for you to drop towards sleep. So it's okay. No problem. You'll try it again sometime and maybe not. Okay, so it's okay if you fall asleep and you're all muted. So we won't hear you if you're snoring. Okay, but the idea is to stay awake or aware while the body and mind rest super deeply and drop towards sleep. So you want to get supremely comfortable and be sure you're warm because your body temperature will drop. Socks are a nice idea if you took them off earlier, putting them back on. It's also a possibility to do side lying. If anyone's pregnant, I don't know this whole group, but if anyone is pregnant, you'd want to make an adjustment depending on how far along you are to maybe get cozy on your side, or even if you have bolsters, you could do more of like a reclined bolster setup, so you're not all the way flat on your back. Yoga Nidra. Making any last adjustments so you feel comfortable, supported, and ready for rest. Feel our collective community. Feeling the support of whatever you've set up there for your comfort. Feel that holding you, reminding the body that it's okay to relinquish effort at this point. Become aware of the sounds that you hear in the space. Obviously, my voice. And other sounds in your environment, or maybe even beyond your space that you hear outside. Tuning to sound. And yet, as you listen, allow the act of listening to pull attention more inward. Remember listening as a receptive act. Sound moves in as you curate a time and space for inner exploration. Feel the breath in the body. And take about 6 to 10 nourishing breaths here, shaping the breath without being forceful. Again, the body receives the breath. Feel on the inhale a wave of nourishment coming in. And on the exhale, it's as though the nourishment moves more deeply into your whole body. Inhale, receive, exhale, receive more. Letting go of any shaping of the breath. Allow the body to breathe on its own. Notice any sensation in the physical body. Turning the awareness to observe sensation. Nothing to do, nothing to be. If you notice any sensations of holding or places where the body may still be efforting, remember at this point, nothing to hold on to. Remember the support underneath you. You are held. Notice how the earth rises up to hold the contours of the body, supporting the whole being. The body settles more deeply into her. And feel with the body slowing down and supported, the mind also moving towards stillness. The mind wants to slow down. And feel the breath in the body now without shaping or trying to breathe in a special way. Simply be with the body breathing. And allow the breath to be continuous. A continuous stream. Following the breath to the end of the exhale as it transitions into inhale. The inhale slides into exhale. Be with that complete cycle that happens each time the body breathes. The inhale, the spring, the beginning, expanding into summer, shifting to fall and autumn, and down to the empty void of winter. And the breath begins again. One cycle merging into the other. Mindful of those points of transition. where the exhale meets the inhale and the inhale meets the exhale. Be with the continuity, the thread of balance that moves through all of those transitions. Spaciousness and breath. Awareness and breath. Allow awareness to gather in the midbrain, the eyebrow center, and feel a sense of luminosity awaken in that space. That presence of luminosity will start to move and travel as the awareness moves through the interior landscape of the body. Sliding down toward the throat, light awakens that space. Begins to pour into the left arm, moving through the left shoulder, elbow, wrist, the hand, and all 5 fingers illuminated. And sliding back through the palm of the hand, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, and the throat. And cascading down to the right arm, shoulder, elbow, wrist, palm of the hand and the 5 fingers. Palm of the hand, wrist, elbow, shoulder, and throat. Feel light pour into the cave of your heart. And sliding into the left chest, illuminating that space of the body, back through the heart center, and over to the right chest. Pulling back into the cave of the heart. Nourishment and light. And sliding down to the abode of the navel, the top of the sacrum, the pelvis on the left side, hip, the leg, the knee, the ankle, pouring into the foot and all 5 toes. Effortlessness and ease. And back through the sole of the foot, the ankle, knee, and hip. Flooding the pelvis with healing light. And cascading down the right leg, hip, knee, ankle, foot, all 5 toes. And gently coming back through the sole of the foot, the ankle, the knee, hip, pelvis, the whole pelvis illuminated. A stream of light and healing back up to the top of the sacrum, the navel, deep in the abode of the heart, and the throat, the eyebrow center. And feel the whole body sweetly illuminated, spacious. And the pulse and presence of breath. Gently moving through the luminous field of the body. Feel as the body breathes, lifting skyward on in-breath and settling toward earth on the out-breath. Awareness lifts skyward on the in-breath, settles back deeper into the earth on out-breath. Nothing to do. Be with the space above and the space below and the breath. Ascent into space, descent into earth. And amidst these two opposites, can the awareness rest in both? The space where both exist. Feel the abode of the heart as the locus or meeting point between sky and earth. And you land in the heart space. Feeling the warmth and wisdom of the heart. I am here. This is me. Feel the body and mind held in the abode of the heart. There's breath in the heart space. And see and feel the color rose. See and feel the color rose, enveloping all around you. You become this rose-colored cloud, urging all finite perception into a more infinite expanse of space. Feel the breath in the body. Feel the breath in the body. And invite the breath to gently deepen, moving toward the hands and the feet. Reawakening the body with the breath. And you can begin to move, reawaken mindfully, and yet as you do, aware of this transition, carrying this mindfulness and awareness you've cultivated with you as you roll over. Maybe pause for a bit on your side. Eventually we'll meet up to come together again in a seated practice. Take your time. And so feel free to grab a chair or whatever will help you feel supported. Sit for about 8 to 10 minutes here to close in meditation. So once you are upright, let the hands rest on the thighs or knees, palms face down. And draw the chin in just slightly, not necessarily dropping the head down, but the chin comes in a bit so that the back of the neck lengthens. Let the eyes close. And feel the thread of awareness that is moved through all the transitions of this practice. And what has been awakened in you. Bring the awareness inside to the gentle presence of breath. And as you breathe in, see and feel the breath travel down. And as you breathe out, see the breath travel up. Like it's moving through a channel in the body. Or like there's a little silver thread or cord. The breath descends down toward the pelvis on inhale, up on exhale. Right now, keep the breath really easy. You don't have to breathe deeply or forcefully. In fact, the more gentle you can be with the breath, perhaps the practice will be revealed to you in a deeper way or a more subtle experience. So following this thread of awareness through the midline of the body, descending on the in-breath, ascending on the out-breath. Be easy in the approach. Carving out space. Illuminating the deepest aspect of awareness in you. Eventually you might feel a sort of illumination from within. That thread or cord or string of awareness, or even like a little stream or river, right in the midline of the body. A source of truth and support and connection. Eventually you can let go of witnessing the breath and simply meditate on the light in the spine. And if you lose track of it, you can gently sway side to side. Distraction comes in, external or internal, or if you lose that connection to source or light within you, you might just sway gently side to side. And then you can come back to rest in this light, in this thread of support that dwells in you. Like an unending stream. We're going to pose a question here to this stream of wisdom, letting go of any expectation, any need to know. Simply be open to whatever may arise, image, sensation, word, feeling. What in me is awakening? What in me is awakening? And what in me is beginning? What in me is beginning? Again, we hold our circle here that we've cultivated tonight on the spring equinox. See and feel our gathering in your own way, like petals, slowly opening, slowly unfurling, connected to source, support, earth, and awakening to a new beginning. Deep breath in and out, closing with any prayer, gratitude, or intention for yourself. Remembering any words or images that might have come to you. What in me wants to awaken? What in me is beginning? You might take some time to write, journal, draw. But as you're ready, you can open the eyes, coming back. I so appreciate everyone being here. Thank you all for your support. Stay tuned, fannyhungerford.com, heartlandyoga.com. There's so much out there right now for all of us to soak in. Hari Om, Namaste. Mwah.